I'm Mr. Garrick, and I'm in charge of the College Board Advanced Placement Drawing Portfolio Exam. The Advanced Placement Drawing Portfolio Exam is created in a way so that it correlates with the expectations of what the students will be doing in college, especially with the BFA program. Because if you're in the BFA program, you must have a portfolio. So they want the students to develop a portfolio, and this portfolio they've divided into different parts. But I created this Google platform where the students can share their work, and we discuss it. And while the work is in process, they post it. We examine the artistic and creative vision as they get along. Now originally it was 3 portfolios. You have section 1, which is quality, which is 5 of their best pieces. Section 2, which is the sustained investigation, and that's the main portfolio, where the students have to come up with a philosophical idea. If they intend to draw hands, that's what they're investigating in all of the pieces, all 12 of the pieces. If it's the drawing of feet, that's what they're investigating in all of the pieces. It can be a simple idea, but as long as it is consistent, it is innovative, it is evocative, they're seeing growth in the work, in the investigation as they go along. That is the sustained investigation. Then they used to have a breadth portfolio, which is range of approaches, where it can be a drawing of flower, a drawing of a figure. They don't have to be consistent or to be investigating a particular idea. But last year they changed this. They changed this and they started a different portfolio. I also share this stuff with them that gives them all the timeline of when certain things, of what they should be doing, and so that at least they're meeting the expectations. And so by the time the exam comes, it's not a burden for them and they are not stressed out. So I share all of these things on the platform with them. So now this is the new portfolio format. Now they only have 2. They have only the sustained investigation, which is the main portfolio, but now it's 15 pieces. And it's what, 60%. 60%. And all of the pieces in this portfolio should be consistent. They should see that they are investigating an idea. The mark making should be consistent. It should show a development of their idea and how evocative the pieces are. Normally when they're taking the exam, this is how it looks like in the portal. They upload the images, especially now with the pandemic, because prior to the pandemic, the students will have to send 5 of the actual pieces to College Board. But because of the pandemic now, they have to upload all of the pieces. So that's how it looks like when the pieces are uploaded to the portal. They have to put the size, the title of the work. So this is a student portal with the pieces uploaded. And at the written aspect of the exam is where they will have to do their commentary. At the top is 500 characters, which is their idea, their philosophical idea that they're investigating. That is what at the top. Then at the bottom, they will have to upload 1,350 character worth of description of their idea and giving examples of pieces articulating their idea or the idea that they are investigating. That's how they get their results for the exam. That's how they get their score. I'm going to move a little faster so I can get to the actual portfolio itself. Now, before they start the portfolio, they have to give me their idea. And as you can see, this is Alisa's idea here, even though she has graduated. But this was her idea. The lens through which we see the world vary for each person and is culminated by individual experiences, beliefs, and stories. By taking the structure of the eye and manipulating it in an orthodox way, I aim to convey the idea that our perception of the world is ever changing. I don't need to read anymore. I have an idea already. And that's how the readers do it. They don't read everything. They have an idea and they start looking at the portfolio. So as you can see, this was Alisa's portfolio. You can see the eye repeating in the imagery, even in the waterfall here. You can see the eyelid becoming the waterfall. And I encourage them also to give brief descriptions of the work when they post it, so that when the times come for the commentary, they can simply take these little things that they've posted and develop their essay or their commentary that they will have to upload. So rest of Alisa's pieces. And this year Morgan is taking the exam. Morgan Murphy is taking the exam. And Morgan has shared a concentration idea where she asked her friends to give her pictures and appears in terms of what they think and the impact of things on them. And this is two samples of Morgan's work. You can see her mark making in the background. So as soon as you see her work, you will know it's Morgan's work. Sketch, working on the piece, and normally when she finishes, then she will do all the mark making in the background. This is Jordan, and last year, with the help of Madam Kaula, we set up a digital lab because I observed that the students were having problem with their creative process. Not every student can sit down and come up with a sketch spontaneously. So because of that, I asked if we can set up a digital lab with Adobe Photoshop. Because the students, while they were using their Chromebooks, they were having problems downloading images, references that they want to use, and then going through these references to come up with their idea, So I decided that we should have Photoshop where I can teach them how to use Photoshop. They can do digital manipulation, and then while in there, they can set up their canvas size. If they decide to put on the 30 by 40 canvas, they set it up. And then if they have eight references, they can take bits and pieces from each of those pictures and develop their vision or their idea. This is how this was done. Then based on this, while I was working with Morgan, I told her that within complexity, you can find simplicity. I said, so instead of looking at all these birds in motion, I said, when you look at this one painting, you can see about 3 or 4 different paintings within this one. I said, so the time that you're spending on one painting like this, why don't you focus on an idea? And then Jordan thought it was a good idea, and now she simply focused on the bird, on the character of the bird itself. As you can see, the difference between those. Again, this is in the digital lab where the students was developing an idea, and then after she finished developing the idea in Photoshop, she printed it and then made the sketch. You can see the printout. This idea was done by manipulating about 5 different images, taking bits and pieces, taking the flower, this flower from this flower from this, and then develop the idea. And this was the final painting. So that's why I think the lab is very, very important. And when the student finished, they had to respond to my survey. And here you can see, have you ever worked with Adobe Photoshop? A good number of them said no. A good number of them said no. And what is important here is Adobe Photoshop beneficial for editing photographs? We see the result here. Would you recommend the implementation of Adobe Photoshop instruction into the Advanced Placement Studio Ads Digital Lab? The response was overwhelming. The response was overwhelming. Again, this is another portfolio. And this is what Jackie is working on. So basically, that's what the College Board Advanced Placement program is about. And they know the expectations. And it's 12 pieces for the sustained investigation portfolio and 5 pieces for the quality portfolio. Thank you very much and have a good day.